What is going on, guys? It's so good to be back. Oh, it's been pretty awesome, pretty amazing. A lot of amazing things going on. Um, yeah, as you all know, I took a break, needed some time to just rest in the Lord and seek His face. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and shut up and just listen in. What's He saying? Always, we try to do and get ourselves all worn out. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to keep up with comments here on the side. Hopefully I can, and I can get this to work. I'd love to respond to you guys. So kind of want to just share a little bit first off of like what's going on. Oh, blessings from Nepal. Yes, love you, brother. Um, so yeah, man, some big things, big changes in my life that are coming up, and I can't really go into them completely in detail, but pretty excited for them. A little nervous, but that's usually when you step out into when you step out, there's definitely some a little bit of nervousness in the midst of that sometimes. So that's what I've been working through. So yeah. So just to kind of reintroduce myself, so going back pretty far here, about 12 years, I recovered from a terrible crack addiction, drugs, alcohol, everything. My life was a mess. And there is a message here that I want to share with people because it's literally what has changed my life. It has broken every chain off of me. And every time I find myself struggling, it's the very place that God always brings me back to. And yeah, it's so amazing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I going back 12 years, I lost everything. My wife and I separated. And it was terrible. It was horrible. And my experience with getting close to God was pretty brutal. I literally was like, God, if you don't do this, I'm gonna die. And yeah, the Lord changed everything. My wife and I are back together. We now happily have 5 kids together. Absolutely such a blessing. And yeah, it's been one thing after the next. God's just been blessing us nonstop. Money miracles, just miracles all around us. It's just been so good, and I feel like God's gotten me to a place to just kind of step out and just share this lovely message with people, because I didn't exactly get the gospel the same way that most people get it. um Actually, the Lord led me to the gospel through Song of Songs. He actually revealed his love and his intimacy with me, and it completely changed everything, because it was not your typical message that I had heard in the church. I had heard that, and I got into this cycle where it was like, I had to confess my sins. Well, then, I confess my sins, rededicate my life to the Lord, and then I'd leave the church and I go right back to my sin. And because in John's it says, if you continue in sin, then you're not really saved. So it's like, so I kept in this cycle where it was like, well, maybe I'm not really saved, and I was back and forth. And it was like all this garbage that I had been fed for so long, that was just like, oh man, just lost, just absolutely lost. And when God started to show me how he really feels about me, how he really sees me, it changed everything, man. It changed everything. And he continues to speak these words into my life. He continues to just speak such amazing things into my life. It blows my mind. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I'm sure as I continue to do these, I'll share stories. Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to take some time and just kind of get into this. So one of the things as I was getting into songs that God had really showed me was it, I started to get really big into like word studying, and it says in the beginning of it, it says, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine." And what I found as I was studying that is one of the words there. When it means to plant or to kiss, it's to kiss, but it's also it has this connotation of equipping as a mode, like equipping as if you're being equipped with a weapon. And God started to show me in the beginning that this is like a Christian's war manual, and it's all love. It's all about love and intimacy. So yeah, I mean, there's just so much power in love, and perfect love casts out all fear. you know Perfect love is just so, it changes everything. It changes the way you see life, the way you see people. It changes the way you see him. It's no longer about trying to please God anymore, because he is pleased with you. It's no longer trying to please man. It's no longer trying to be good enough, because you already are good enough. And these are the things I just want to speak over you all tonight. And whether you're here with me now or follow me later on, I don't care. I just want to bless you guys with this. Yeah, you guys are so amazing, every one of you. And just the Lord just loves you. And it's like, perfect love. It just sees you in a different light than you see yourself. Love is patient. Love is kind. It keeps no records of wrongs. That's one that I struggled with for myself for a while. It's like I always was keeping like a documentary on myself, like and it just, I would beat myself up all the time. And it was like, I'd always be judging myself, always. But love, he's never doing that. He's never holding things against me. It's like, hey, you made a mistake. All right, let's move on. Instead, I would take the mistakes and I'd hang on to them, and I'd beat myself into the ground like, oh, I was such a terrible person. But that's not how he sees you. That's not how he sees you. Oh, so tonight I just want to read some amazing things to you. And yeah, I just want to share some amazing, blissful love, some glory bombs, if you will. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. I drink them in. Honeyed wine, the caresses of your lips and teeth and tongue weaken, strengthen me. I breathe in the scent of your skin, breathe out the sound of your name. I am willing, eager. Lead the way, my lover, my heart. Bring me into your bedchamber, into the dark, into the light. With my body, I thee worship. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. Ooh, breathe that in. Take me as I am. I offer scars, imperfections. Touch me and embrace my flaws. I am your beloved. You look at my failings and see stories, legends, maps of me before you. I will tell the tales, my lover. Only whisper where I will find you. And I will come out of hiding. Or we can play cat and mouse, pursuing, escaping one another until we collide. I'll follow your trail, and you follow me. Ooh, that's so good. Yes, take me as I am. Oh, so good. That is so good. All of God's create creatures. You are without equal, adorned with exquisite, irresistible allure, priceless in your perfection. I will craft a matchless love to match your beauty, your unfathomable splendor. You are so amazing. You're so glorious. You're so splendid. You're just full of splendor. He's so good. It's so amazing because back in the day, I used to believe that like I had to do something to make daddy proud of me. But it's like he's so proud of you. He's just so proud of you. He just loves you so much. Like you don't have to try. You don't have to try because you just are. You just are. You're so good. You're so amazing. You're so blessed. You're so loved. Everything about you is good. You are good. You are good. Stop believing the lies that you believe. You've been given the mind of Christ. You're his body, but he's your head. God doesn't trash talk himself. He'll never do that. He loves you. You are so entangled with him. You know, um, I actually just recently asked my daughter this too. Um, because one of the things that I found uh God had said to me years ago that kind of rocked my world. He said, did God answer Jesus's prayers? I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, what do you mean? He was God. Okay. But did God answer his prayers? And in John 17, oh, just breathe that in. It's so good. It's so good. In 17:21, John 17:21, it says, I pray that they all may be one, exactly as you, Father, are mirrored in me and I in you, that they also will be exactly mirrored to be one in us. Dude, of course God answered Jesus's prayer, which means we are in. We are in. You're so in. You're so in. You can't get out. There's no way out. You're in. You're in. You're in. You're in. It's so good. It's so good. You're in. Ooh, I just want to speak that over your life. You're so good. You're so beautiful. Everything about you is good. Everything about you is so, oh, you're so good. Just take a moment and just drink that in. He is your life. He is your love. He has brought you into his banqueting house. He's prepared for you a table in the presence of his enemies, not just your enemies. They're not just against you. They're his enemies. Oh, yes. Oh, but he just loves you so much. You're so glorious. Oh, everything about you. He drinks you in. He drinks you in. He just wants to be with you all the time. He's lovesick for you. And he wants us to be drunk and lovesick for him. Oh, yes. It's so good. And so it's so good. I used to have such a hard time because I always thought that I had to do something. Like I had, you know, And it was like God said to me one time, he goes, you really don't know that I don't need you. And I like really messed me up. I'm like, what do you mean, God, you don't need me? What does that mean you don't need me? He goes, no, I don't need you. I don't need you to do anything for me. I don't need you to speak for me. I don't need you to do all this stuff. I don't need it. I don't need you. I want you. I want you. I want you to be my mouthpiece. I want you to walk with me. I want you. I want you. I want you. You see, when it changes from a need to a desire to a want, it's a totally different thing. I need to eat every day to survive, but I, like if I guess that one kind of breaks apart a little bit because I do want to eat a lot of food too. I want peanut butter, but if I eat too much of it, it's unhealthy. you know, but it's like I don't necessarily, you know, um looking at it from his perspective, it's like, he doesn't need me to do anything. Like he can do whatever he wants. Like he if I won't do it, he can always get somebody else to do it. He doesn't need me to do it. He wants me to do it because he wants to walk with me. Just the same as he wants to walk with you. Oh, yes. It's so good to be wanted. You're so wanted. I love you. I love you. He loves you. We love you. Yes, you're so good. Oh, man. You're so blessed. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine. Your love is better than wine. If you look that up, um, the word love there actually means to boil, and the word wine actually means to bubble. He boils for you. His heart boils for you, and everything else is an imitation. It's an imitation. I love the way that the Passion Translation puts it. Smother me with your kisses, your spirit kiss divine. So kind are your caresses, I drink them in like the sweetest wine. Oh, that's so good. Your presence releases a fragrance so pleasing, over and over poured out, for your lovely name is flowing oil. No wonder the brides to be adore you. Draw me into your heart and lead me out. Oh, let's just get drawn into his heart. Let's just get drawn in, get so drawn into his heart. Just the heart of Papa, the heart of love, the heart of intimacy, the heart that has no fear, the heart that's never judging. He only wants to hold you. That's it. There's a lot of people out there that are teaching about all these, they're amazing things, the gifts, prophecy and all these other things. But scripture even says you can have all the gifts, but if you don't have love, you're just a noisy gong. That's all you are. Why? Because the gifts were never meant to be used outside of the entanglement of love. It's a flowing relationship. It's a flowing relationship. Draw me in, lead me out. Draw me in, lead me out. Take me to the secret place. You're living from a place of being in the secret place. That's where you are. You are seated with him in heavenly places already. Your life is hidden in him. Oh, you are just so hidden in Papa. Like that's where you reside. You are entangled in the Trinity itself, smothered in the Trinity, entangled in the Trinity. You really can't tell where you end, where he begins. There is no division. There is, the lie of separation it's driving people away from the church. People don't want religianity anymore. They don't want the real deal. They want the real thing. This is where it's at. This is where it all comes from. Everything flows from this place of love and intimacy. This is what broke my addiction. This is what broke everything off of my life. This is what brought me my wife back. This is it. Like, this is the thing that changed everything for me. And I've watched time and time as it's done it for others. This is this place where you finally come to understand, like, I am so loved. I am so cared for. And it's not even, it's not a physical thing by other people. It's finding your satisfaction in the one that created you, not trying to seek out other people to get approval. I'm approved by my daddy. I don't really give a crap what anybody else says about me, because he's so good. He's so lovely, and he approves this message. He approves of me. I don't need other people's approval, just like you don't need other people's approval. You are loved. You are accepted. You are so good. And daddy wants to be just bless you. He wants to pour out on you. What do you need today? What do you need today? Seriously, what do you need today? He wants to pour it out on you. He wants to pour it out on you from this place of intimacy. It all starts here. It's being so grounded and rooted in love, so entangled in this place of being one with him. Like, when you get this thing, you will be so full of joy. It'll be joy unspeakable. It is so good. It is so good. It's so awesome. Oh, woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I the Shulamite woman, she looks at him, and she's like, don't look at me, for I am dark, but I'm lovely. I'm dark. She's talking about, don't look at my sin. Don't look at, but she knows that she's beautiful, but she knows there's this thing she wants to keep from him. And what does he say? What does he say to her? Yet you are so lovely, like a fine linen tapestry hanging in the holy place. He didn't look at her and say, we got some changes to make, baby. Woo! Your eyes are doves. Did you know that? It's in there. Your eyes are doves. They're doves. What doves actually? They represent monogamy. I did not know this till a couple years ago. But doves are actually monogamous. They only mate with one mate their whole life. And it's a sign of peace. It's a sign of the Holy Spirit, but it's also this sign of monogamous relationship where we don't allow things in there. We don't let other things. We're not looking at things around us. We're looking at him. We just keep looking at him, looking at him. What are you saying? Where's my lover? Every time the lover would disappear, it's because she took her eyes off of him. Come on, your eyes are doves. They're just monogamous. You're so in love with him, and he's so in love with you. When you're in that place, all the other stuff is just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters, and you're free. Once you're in that place where you're looking at things through this place of love, you're free. You're completely free. You don't like all this other judgment stuff and all this other weighty stuff that people are trying to figure out, and they're looking at the government, they're looking at this, they're looking at that. Dude, none of that stuff matters anymore. You just see him in all his splendor, and he completes you. he completes you completely, totally, and utterly. He is the one that completes you. He completes your existence. This is what you are created for. You are created for this bliss. This is the drink of all drinks. This is the drink that is far beyond anything. This is the drink that will lead you, make you stumble into correct theology. Woo! Yes, dream come true. Absolutely. Absolutely. So good. Oh, yes. Oh, my I am my lover's and my lover is mine. Yes, so good. My lover is to me the most fragrant apple tree. He stands above the sons of men, sitting under the gray shadow. I I blossom in his shade. Everything. Sorry. I'm trying to hold it together. It's so good. Oh, enjoying the sweet taste of his pleasant, delicious fruit, resting with delight. Where his glory never fades. Yes. Woo! Revive me with your goblet of wine. This is the wine, the good stuff. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, yes. Where's it at here? There we go. There we go. Here's the good spot. Ah. How beautiful your eyes of worship and lovely your voice in prayer. Oh. Catch for us the little foxes. The little foxes that hinder our relationship, the little foxes that destroy the vineyards of our deep, deep love. It's so crazy because thank you so much. I love you so much. Dude, oh man, God showed me this a while ago because I always thought it was my job to try and find the little foxes in my life, to try and find those things and try to fix everything. Like I was all about fixer-upper stuff. And then God was like, "You silly ding dong. That's not what I'm saying." He says, I want to catch the little foxes. I want to do that. I want to work through that stuff with you, you know? And I like literally God has just pulled things away, and he's still doing it today. I'm in the process of taking a huge leap of faith and stepping away from something that's very unhealthy. And yeah, it's so good. Oh, because Papa loves you. Papa loves you so much. You are so good. I'm just going to keep telling you that because you need to hear it. This is the gospel that we need to hear every day. We need to hear you are good. You are so loved. You are so loved. Here's the thing. As beholding in a mirror, we are being transformed from glory to glory. Okay? So if we're being transformed by what we're looking at, if our eyes are so focused on the things that are wrong around us, if we are watching the news, if we are focused on right-wing politics, left-wing politics, liberalism, if we're focused on all of these things, what are we being transformed into? Even closer to home yet, we're looking at our bank account. We're looking at the way our kids are behaving. We're looking at the fact that we curse here and there because we're frustrated. We're looking at the fact that we struggle with smoking. We struggle with whatever it is in your life, if you're looking at those things, that's what you're being transformed into. If you're It's the law of focus. Whatever you are focused on is the very thing that you are going to produce. So, if you take every moment that you can throughout the day and you start to catch this thing and you start to actually see his intimate love for you and you start to actually catch how much he loves you, how entangled with him you are, how good you are, what do you think you're going to be transformed into? Come on. Woo! Hallelujah. That's a word. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. And you know what? The truth will set you free. Tell you what, I don't need crack no more. I don't need to hide from myself anymore. I don't need to look judge myself anymore. He judged me already and he likes me. And he likes you too. He sees you and he goes, "Wow, you're so beautiful. I love you." And that's it, man. That is at its core. That is what you were created for. That's it. That's at its core. That is what you're created for, to walk in the cool of the day with him. That is the whole message. You are so entangled in him. There is no separation. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do to separate you from this love. This love is eternal. His love is a fire. I remember one time I was probably maybe a 2-year-old Christian and I was listening to I forget, probably Bethel or something back then. I don't know. Maybe even not that. Maybe just some old Christmas Christian music. Christmas music. That's funny. And one day I heard him so loud and so clear. He said, "Do you know my love is a fire?" And at that point, I didn't have no smartphone. I didn't have all this technology in my pocket. I'm like, "Lord, was that really you?" And I'm like, "Well, if that's true, then Lord, you show me." And I ran out to my truck because I always have a Bible on me in some way, shape, or form. And I ran out and he said, Song of Songs 8. Oh, and it says, this is the Passion Translation. It says, "My love is stronger than the chains of death and the grave, all consuming as the very flashes of fire from the burning heart of God." Woo! I'm sizzling. That's his love. His love is the fire. It's the fire that it's unrelenting fire. Oh man, that was mind-boggling when he showed me that. It was so good. Oh, woo! Yeah. It's the fire of his love. Listen, when you're sitting and you're baking in the Father's love, everything just falls away. It just falls off because it just has to. It just has to. You can't help it. Oh man, if you're struggling with something right now, if you're having a hard time, just take time, physically take time to stop yourself. This is what Paul was saying when he said we need to capture those thoughts. We need to capture them and bring them into the truth. We need to bring them things into the truth and go, wait a minute, no, that's not who I am. I am so loved. And when you start to see this, like all those things are just going to fall away from you. Oh man, Papa is so good. He's so good. He loves you so much and he cares for you so deeply. You are so blessed. You are so blessed in the heavenly places. God is not a little angry kid with a magnifying glass trying to burn ants. That's not what he is. That's not who he is. His heart is for you, to give you life. Hey, check it out. He doesn't want to just give you life because he already did that. You're breathing. He wants to give you life in abundance. Do you know what that means? Life in abundance. Life in its fullest abundance. He wants to give you the best of the best because he's your dad. Life in abundance. It all flows out of this place. It all flows out of this place. This is what Paul was drunk on. He was so drunk on this. Like Peter was drunk on this. They were all drunk on this. They're walking down, they're just, staggering down the road and their shadows are healing people. Like this is where it comes from. This is where it all flows out of. Everything. Oh man. Oh, you could be a noisy gong if you want to, but I'll just sit here and enjoy Daddy. Lovers get more done anyway. Lovers will always outperform because they're not doing it from a place of trying to earn something, but from a place of already approved. You're so approved. You're so approved. Daddy approves of you. Woo! You're so good. You're so good. You catch this thing and you will never be the same. It is so hammered. This is the message of all. This is at its core, man. This is it. Oh, Papa, you're so good. We just love you. We just love you. Oh man, he's so good. You can't talk about him like he's not in the room, right? Oh man, he's so good. You're so good. Oh, so woo. Just take a moment and drink that in. Just drink that in. Let's behold together for a minute. Let's just behold him. Oh, let's behold his goodness. Drink, you lovers. Have your fill. Oh, he's so good. Papa loves you so much. Oh. Woo! Yes. Woo! Yeah, that's so good. It's so good. Oh, what's Papa speaking to you? What's he saying to your heart right now? What's he saying in the depths of who you are? Where's he leading you? Where's he taking you? Oh, it's so good. Papa just loves you so much. I see somebody struggling with anxiety right now. Oh, Papa wants it. He wants to take it. He wants to give you peace, peace you've never experienced before. He wants you to know that you're good. He's got you. He so has you. Nothing's going to scare him. Nothing's going to catch him off guard. He can't be taken off guard. Shh. I see somebody struggling with finances. Papa wants to loose finances off onto you. He wants to bless you. Oh, I see jobs. I see jobs for someone. Woo! If you need a job, just take it. He's got one for you. He's got something for you. Oh. You're so loved. You're so blessed. Oh. Woo! Oh man. You're so good. You're so lovely. Woo! That was good. Yeah. So I am gonna start trying to do these on a more frequent basis. I'm also gonna try and figure out a way to start including more people so they can hop in here with me. Woo! Feel free to leave comments. I will definitely try to respond to you if I can. You guys are amazing. And as I hop into this amazing journey that God's putting me on, I will be adding some links. If you guys feel so blessed to donate to help with this whole thing, it would be amazing and awesome. And yeah, I love you guys. You guys are all so amazing. It's such a blessing to have such family all over the place like I do. It's like we all do. We all do. You're so good. I just want to encourage you. So if there's something that I said that really encouraged you, if you want to just leave a comment, and yeah, like I just want you guys to feel encouraged and just be a blessing to you guys, because yeah, that's what it's all about, the building up of the body. I want to see you guys just feel so encouraged and be ready to just enjoy him. And yeah, that's it. So I love you all, and you all have a great night. To those of you who are involved with the prayer parties, yeah, that's so much fun too. And yeah, maybe I'll see you over there. Blessings, everybody. I love you guys. You're awesome. Also, you can check out my this will also be on my YouTube channel. I just want to say that as well. I do have a YouTube channel not many people are subscribed to that. I don't know if I haven't really mentioned it at all, to be honest. So I don't really care. If you want to check it out, check it out. If not, you can watch it on Facebook or you can watch it on YouTube. It's all good. And there'll be more material to come. Blessings. Love you guys.